Hey, dude, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, I see us owning a lot of properties with a lot of houses and hotels. It's great.
So you see us playing Monopoly in 5 years?
Yeah, but we're drinking too.
Hey, bartender, pour it long. Hey, bartender, make them strong. You're listening to The Long Pour, the podcast where we drink and bring you our favorite drinking conversations. You are with the A-Man and...
Crusty, Dusty.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers it up. Cheers, 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 cheers. Clankety clank. Here we are on a day.
We pre-gamed hard for this one. We
Get a little
worked
bit of
very
that.
hard.
Hard for the money?
Yeah.
What song is that? That's the song. Works hard for the money. Dun, 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 dun. Disco song.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Good song.
But
I feel like that's talking about prostitution.
Both of us sing.
Or not.
On.
Is that Dolly? No. It's definitely not Dolly singing it, but did she write it?
I don't know. She wrote 9 to 5.
Are those both about prostitution? Or neither about prostitution?
No, I don't know about
There's probably no prostitution.
Dolly Parton's song is not about prostitution.
I mean, the hours.
I do wish she would have made the song 11 to 3.
Either 9 to 5 or 11 to 3, 3 to 11. Any of those hours.
Just a shorter work day.
Any one of those hours.
Like Wednesday through Friday, 11 to 3.
2 to 3.
What a way to make a living. 2 to 3. Just come in and kill it for 1 hour. Yeah, I like that. And then we'll all go out for drinks.
If you work really, really hard for like 1 hour and really well prostituting, you could make a living like that. Why? I
don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's a market for it.
Bill Gates and like people, these ultra rich people, like they work no hours a day. Like
I thought you were going somewhere with prostitution on that one. I was like, well, I don't know this story.
But I feel like Bill's into some pretty salacious shit. Like,
I feel like he's probably busier than we think he is.
No, he's not busy at all.
He's got the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
He's doing nothing. He's doing Eyes Wide Shut parties. He's divorced from Melinda.
He's just sitting at home.
He has a whole bunch of kinks.
Rewatching reruns of How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Oh, planning how to
fiddle faddle.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Fiddle faddle.
I don't know.
He's got a whole house that talks.
For some reason, that's the.
Yeah.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah, he's plotting how to take over the world. Like he's in those conspiracies and all those things. He definitely is trying to sterilize the population and
why
evil.
Why would he do that?
Because
just why? Why would he?
Because he thinks he's Bill Gates, man. He's like, I need to save the world from itself. Start me up.
Yeah, I
Windows
think
95.
As far as billionaires go, we probably have some. I don't know.
Off topic. You got us off topic. Off topic.
I'm just saying. I feel like there are other billionaires that are probably more easy to think that they may be nefarious.
Who?
But I know none of them.
Just name one.
I don't know. Elon Musk. He's always.
You think he's more nefarious than Bill Gates?
I don't know. He seems like,
you know what?
I mean, look at Jeff Bezos. I mean, that dude's running around. Okay. He looks like Lex Luthor.
Of those three,
and that could be by design.
Of those three, who do you think is the most nefarious? Like, who would you trust the least?
With like what? Like what's the task that I need to trust them on?
No, just like, do you? If the world's going to get like taken over, sent into some dystopian fate, where machines and humans are mindless zombie slaves, and someone's just sitting on a throne full of money, who's the leader of those three? Who killed Superman? You referenced Lex Luthor. Who?
Oh well, it would
not just looks.
I I mean, the looks part of the. I mean, Lex Luthor has a very specific look. I mean, but if Elon Musk didn't spend the money, he'd look like that too.
Yes.
Um,
Look, you're wrong. You're taking too
well,
long.
he'd look like a 12-year-old Lex Luthor.
Elon is the first. He's the first one out because he's smoking marijuana and having threesomes with like supermodels and things like that. So he's out. He's electric cars, go to space, threesomes, cool. Like in the relative, in the scheme of things, relatively harmless. The other two are fucking evil, both monopolistic. I mean, Bill Gates long ago, antitrust, broke up, Microsoft. I feel like there's been some things with Amazon. So it's those two motherfuckers that we have to worry
This
about.
is not the planned topic.
Not at all. Not at all. This is your fault, by the way.
Material.
Your fault.
Okay.
Just who's the evil genius?
The evil
that scares
genius,
you the most.
That scares me the most
of those two.
Between Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates?
Yes.
Probably Jeff Bezos.
Bezos? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just, for no reason and no research at all, I'll say Gates. Plus, he kind of looks like Rick Moranis, and I feel like... he looks harmless.
Rick Moranis is a really good dude, all I hear.
He's an amazing guy.
Yes.
Great comedian. Awesome in Ghostbusters.
Yes. Absolutely awesome in
yes,
Ghostbusters.
Have some. One of my favorite lines. But Bill... Maybe Bill just needs to be... I feel like if he is a genius, it could be taken care of, the evil genius, by the way, because he'd be easy to punch out. Like, he looks very, very wimpy, which is probably why he's dastardly and, like, scheming to try... It's like payback for likely being...
Well, what about Mark Zuckerberg? He's got to be on the list.
Nah, that guy's a freak show, but he's a notch below in genius level intellect. He just... look, everyone's giving me all their personal information. I'm going to sell it on ads on Facebook, on the, he's not great. Zuck's not a great guy, but he...
okay, is it?
He hasn't, how about this? He hasn't...
Let's just get philosophical. In a capitalist society, is it possible to be that rich and be a good person?
No.
Fair.
Yeah, and like that. That's it. Just no facts, no research, no follow up at all. You hit a certain when you're in the billions. You are. It doesn't matter how much
you're evil.
Yeah,
that's it. Just blanket. Yeah. Not a good person.
Yeah, even your philanthropy is for evil reasons. It's all...
well, I mean...
there's no good.
I would imagine part of it's just to get out of paying taxes.
Yeah. Tax cuts and creating, not magical, but serums that are... I don't know what they're doing. I'm not an evil genius. I'm not. I'm not evil nor a genius.
Serums?
Not... Yeah, for like scientific.
I mean, what about Warren Buffett? Would you be surprised to know that he eats at McDonald's every day?
I like Warren Buffett because his name sounds like...
what is he going to say now?
He's kind of a bigger guy, but if you look at his name, it's Buffett, but it's also buffet. And I feel like he probably eats a lot of buffets, and I like guys that would go to the Golden Corral and eat a buffet, and I feel like he would do that.
I don't know.
I have nothing to back this up.
I know that he's pretty thrifty with his money. I know that he eats at McDonald's almost every day.
Sure. A good way to start your day. I just
read a whole thing on him. That's about all I remember. That McDonald's thing really stood out to me.
Do you think he's ever spilled piping hot coffee on himself and sued McDonald's?
No. Unfortunately, the thing is, a lot of people thought that lawsuit was frivolous at the time, but
preach, bring on the knowledge, not frivolous.
No, that coffee was like 1,000,000 degrees. It boiled the poor older woman's skin off of her thighs.
3rd-degree burns.
And
she has no skin.
And her...
she's a skeleton.
fragile areas as well.
Yeah. So and also not frivolous because despite the million degrees they had or billion whatever burns
It was
all
way too hot.
it burned. You have 7 layers of skin, people, and it burned 6 of them, like just straight off. And McDonald's had, a lot of people don't know, they had been warned about it before,
They had, yeah.
multiple times. So like basically the government was just like, look, we have to. These assholes, like they've been warned and they just don't care. So we have to do something. So boom, lawsuit. McDonald's.
Yeah, you
Like
think
be
they would
better.
learn better,
Yeah.
or
Be better.
do better, be better.
Be better.
Get their ice cream machines to work.
They don't give a shit.
They don't.
They don't give a shit. But their Coca-Cola is fantastic. The best Coca-Cola in the world. And nothing, they're Teflon, because I will say all this and shit talk McDonald's, and probably tomorrow morning I will
When
be
we're
getting
hungover
from
from podcasting too hard, yeah, get like a sausage egg McMuffin.
Yes.
Some of those super crispy hash browns.
Yes.
Just so bad, but occasionally so good.
So good. And their Teflon and the golden arches remind me of breasts, which are very comforting.
And on that note, I'm going to do a thing. Ba-da-da-da-da. It's shot clock time.
Get out of here! Yeah, really shouldn't be drinking. Oh, really? You learned that in med school? That you obviously didn't get into?
Crusty here, reminding you to please check out all of our socials. At The Long Port, all one word, on YouTube. Please don't forget to subscribe. The Long Port 80 Proof, that's number 80, on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. At Pour Long on the app formerly known as Twitter. We're also on Facebook.
And we are back from the shot clock. And Crusty had totally gotten us off topic. It was not my fault at all during the first half, but somehow we ended up talking about the McDonald's Golden Arches.
It was not our original topic.
Yeah, because you got us off topic and you made me talk about the Golden Arches looking like brass. This is your fault. This is your fault.
This is why we drink. Because this is what happens.
Yes. That wasn't actually not even me. That was actually a famed psychologist of some point claimed that was part of McDonald's popularity, was the resemblance of the Golden Arches to that part of the female anatomy. I'll find out
which psychologist. I'm curious.
I would not. I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't like Jung or Freud or one of the most legendary ones, but it was like a guy that has like published papers. I can find it on
Skinner
or Google.
I said that like I was gonna name 5 more after that.
Right, that's about all we got.
I got a blank.
Those are like the 3.
Was it the guy I go see?
Yeah. I want to see him. He sounds fun.
He's a good guy. You'd like him.
He's a good dude. Let's just both take a sip, man. Why not?
It couldn't hurt you, buddy.
Man, that's good stuff. Good whiskey. Okay. We'll dial it back a little bit. But one thing, and I kind of like doing, but I also like try to refrain from.
Wait, hold on. You said whiskey, but we're on YouTube now. Clearly, mine's not whiskey.
Oh, get it right.
This is...
No, we're not doing the same thing. I didn't mean
long
we're not doing the
pour
same thing.
Special drink I'm working on. It is hydrating at the same time a delicious alcoholic beverage. Stay tuned as I work to perfect it.
You've really been going on that. Like
I'm trying to get it just right.
You've been working on that since the Halloween episode, if I recall correctly.
I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
It's not just because I like drinking, which I absolutely do.
You love it.
But I am trying. I want to. If we're gonna put our name on a drink,
yes,
I want it to be perfect. Also, I would like to get sponsorship from the product I'm using in the beverage. Maybe 2. It could be bigger than Red Bull and cherry vodka. I'm telling you, I'm onto something.
Would you get a tattoo of it, since you have a cherry bomb tattoo on your body as is? You would have to get your own drink tattooed.
Yeah,
that'd have to be like a whole. Where's the cherry bomb tattoo? Like I can't remember if we talked about this on the podcast.
It's on my thigh, but thigh. This would probably be called the long pour unless I come up with something better. And since it's attached to the podcast, I think we both should get the tattoo.
If you get like a whole back tattoo of this drink, I'll get like a
whole back tattoo.
You like tattoos?
Not. I don't like.
How many do you have?
I don't know.
Double digits.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot. You have double digits. I have none. So you get a drink if you've tried to get me to get a tattoo before.
Tattoo maybe this big, both the same size.
No, you get to make it equal to what you're used to tattooing to what I tattoo, which is nothing. You would have to get a full back tattoo, and I would get like one little like mark on my wrist.
That's too much for a back tattoo. That's too much for a back tattoo. That'd be ridiculous.
Well, then you don't really believe in your drink.
That's not true.
How about that?
I mean, just
you
like
didn't catch me. I was doing the leaning thing. Yeah, that's your fault. You were supposed to.
I don't know how to say anything while we're recording.
Just tug.
Just yank you over.
yeah. Off topic.
I also don't have a band tattoo because it's a weird thing.
Okay. All right. No, I get.
It's like my cherry bomb is high up on my thigh, and it's an exploding cherry.
How many friends? Is it just you and Tracy? Or
yeah.
Is there multiple people in your friend group that have cherry bomb tattoos?
Just her and I that I know about.
But it would not be shocking. Like the people that I've met.
We did it
like
for Lady T's birthday.
Yeah. If you had like 7 friends that had cherry bomb tattoos, it would not surprise me. So
I also have a matching tattoo with another friend that says "Eat the Rich."
Oh, okay.
Good song by Aerosmith. Rich people. That's what my tattoo artist said, who's a good friend of mine, said as he was almost finishing. He's like, "I didn't know you loved Aerosmith that much, Dusty." And I was like, I forgot it's an Aerosmith song. I don't hate Aerosmith. They're not really.
Did you almost want to get that tattoo off your body just because someone might think
it was drawn up like in a punk rock manner? It means what it says. It's an anti-capitalism tattoo, but yes, there's an Aerosmith song as well.
Well, based off what we talked about in the first part of this, you can just edit it to like "Eat Bezos" or something like that.
Eat the rich.
Yeah.
Quote.
Yeah.
This person,
exactly.
this person.
You can add on to it all the names. It can go like 10 deep.
By the time all the way down to my ankle.
Absolutely. So
that's a little more.
No. We got aggressive with that. And off topic again.
Off topic.
So
again,
what I was trying to do with that is sometimes I want to. This is entertainment, this is laughs, but sometimes I want to give, because our friends are listening, I want to give like a behind the scenes kind of look sometimes, and I struggle with what to say and not to say on that, but we have been open about promoting this and getting bigger, and you are, that's in your DNA, like you are, you may not love it, but you have a natural ability to do that. And I shrink at self-promotion.
I have to. I mean, we're putting so much time into it. I want to make the product better every week. And I want to make the videos better every week.
You will tell random stranger. You don't give a flying flip.
If I get in an Uber, which I often do on the way to a bar, I feel like I've failed if they've not subscribed to us on Instagram or YouTube.
Yes.
That's who I am. And
yes.
I also drink. I tell people about it at the bar.
Yes. So that all that going into you do your pinball thing on Monday nights. Yeah. Pinball champion, yes?
No.
My
wife did get 4th place in the tournament.
So there's a placement at this tournament.
She did really well.
Not tournament, this league. So you do that. You text me on a Monday to come up and join you guys.
Play pinball and drink.
Play. There's video game bars. It's a real thing.
As I like to say, play pinball long pour style.
Trademark.
That's right.
You do everything long pour style, though.
Not everything. I don't drive my car long pour style.
You Uber long pour style.
I Uber long pour style. I mean, that's the reason I'm Ubering.
Okay.
Because of long pouring.
You drink a lot. You live the life.
Yeah, I'm in character often.
the long pour you is like the Superman you, the real you.
The Bruce Banner.
Yeah. No, that's the opposite.
I long poured too hard.
Yeah, the Bruce Banner is synonymous with like Clark Kent.
People want the Hawk. Nobody wants Bruce Banner.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody wants the Hawk.
Or Superman, Hawk, same thing. So
I just think the Hawk's a better example because like he's so different from Bruce Banner, to whereas Superman basically just Clark Kent takes his glasses off. He's Superman. I mean, we'll just say this: Lois was not a swift woman. What?
Do you want to be fucking green? You want to be a green rage monster, like, or do you want to look good in tights?
I don't think I'd ever look good in tights.
Well, because you're not.
I think who knows? Green might be my color. Maybe I'd kill it. Ed Norton, he was a Hawk.
Green is good enough. The Hulk is not handsome. Green eggs and ham.
If I was green, do you know what a blast we'd have on St. Patrick's Day?
Oh, okay.
I'm hulking out, doing shots of Jameson, chugging Guinnesses.
Green works. Green works for
Guinnesses.
St. Patty's Day. Green works for St. Patty's Day. The best.
If I could hulk out, it'd be St. Patrick's Day. Every day, everywhere we went.
You're getting us off. You're getting us off topic. We have to dial it in.
And speaking of promotion, think how well we could promote the podcast if I could hulk out.
Come on, Bruce.
We could also probably get into a Notre Dame game for free because you'd be like, this dude can turn into the Hulk.
I'm not going to follow up on that anymore. Notre Dame Saturdays and St. Patty's Day are the days where green actually does work. In no other circumstances will it work like it does in those two. The point is behind the scenes, I go and I meet you up for pinball, which I should have realized that you'd already been drinking for 6 hours and were like.
That doesn't sound like me.
You were already in the zone. Like you were. By the time I got there, you finished playing pinball and you were just drunk and you were just like, let's do 1,000,000 shots. And I'm like, holy gee, like I should have known better. But I was not. I was coming from work. I wasn't ready for it.
I think you're thinking of somebody else.
You know exactly.
All right, maybe it was me. It's probably me.
So you're sitting there, but I just sit down. You're like, hey, you want a drink? I'm like, nah, I'm good. And then you bring up this random stranger to me who I appreciate. I can't remember his name. Seemed like a really good dude, but you'd already been telling him about the podcast. And you're like, tell him more about the podcast. And you weren't even introducing me by name. You're like, this is my better half. This is my podcast partner, which is very sweet of you to say, by the way. Which I did not deny it. I was like, yes, I absolutely am.
Well, you do the heavy lifting. I'm just here to mess stuff up and put in one-liners.
So I talked to this guy and I'm like, oh yeah, find us on YouTube. And then I'm such a terrible promoter and I get anxiety doing it. And I'm like, hey, well, what's the podcast? I'm like, what the short pour? No, wait, no, that's not it. It's a long pour. And I have to ask you, like, dude, what's our YouTube? What's our YouTube channel? Like our podcast. I'm like, I don't even know the link to it. So I'm like, tell me the link. I'll tell this guy. And I talk to him about it. So I do that, and you go out to smoke, and I find the place was busy enough that it was just like find a seat. Like nobody owns the tables, like, but there's multiple people that don't know each other sitting at tables.
Correct.
And I sit down, and this girl sits down, and she's just there on one A. And this is an arcade. This is a bar. It's a deli.
Great deli.
All things wrapped into one. So she goes to get like this delicious looking sandwich, man. A Dagwood type thing. I don't know the names of
their sandwiches are killer.
Mm-hmm. High quality.
Shout out Canal Street Deli. If you haven't been, I suggest you go. Barcade, great food, good prices, a lot of fun.
I did not know we were actually allowed to shout out the name of it, but you did. So yes, that's where we were.
If we're not, I'll just bleep it out.
Excellent use of the bleep function. And
Right.
so you go out there, and I'm sitting there, and I'm minded. At this point, I'm kind of like looking at my phone, minding my own business, and you come storming in, and you're like, you've been sitting next to this random stranger for like 20 seconds, and you haven't told her about the podcast. What the?
Absolutely.
So you start going into your spiel about the podcast, and I'm like, and I do it, and she actually is fun. Well, at this point, she had been. You had come out talking about the podcast. The other guy that I can't remember his name, that she saw me give him the information about the podcast. So there's enough going on where she was like, okay, like what's going on? This podcast sounds kind of interesting. So she did, to her credit, ask about it. But like the point, like you were so relentless and cared about nothing else, and I'm the opposite. I'm like, dude, maybe we should let like this girl eat her delicious sandwich. Like this place has really good sandwiches made with like boar's head meat. Which, if you guys don't know, boar's head, that's top of the line.
Yeah,
it's good shit.
Great deli meat.
Yeah, it's no hormones, no fillers, like all super expensive. I first heard of it years ago at Dorothy Lane. Dorothy Lane Market is not doing anything unless it's high quality.
Absolutely.
So I'm like, man, maybe we should like not talk about the podcast, and maybe we'll learn about a sandwich. Like those sandwiches are so good.
I've learned about those sandwiches. I've done a deep dive on them.
Yes.
They're all really good.
Yes. Do you have a favorite?
It depends what mood I'm in. I mean, I love a breakfast sandwich. Bacon, egg, cheese, English muffin. I love a BLT, Reuben. There's so many good things there. They have these sausages now. They're really good.
But do you see how interesting the sandwich conversation can be?
Yes.
And these sandwiches are so good. Like Boar's Head, you don't mess around with that. You don't put yellow mustard. You don't mess with the sandwich. You put fancy Dijon mustards on it. Like Grey Poupon, like in Wayne's World. You do not put yellow mustard on Boar's Head. That's how good. Like, these sandwiches can change your life.
There's a situation for anything.
Yeah, but I was just like, man, maybe we should talk to this chick about, or either let her eat her sandwich in peace, or talk to her about her sandwich, which we might learn. We might get a new favorite sandwich. And you were like, get the long pour on YouTube.
Absolutely. Open your phone. Yeah. Let me see you open the app and hit the subscribe button.
Yes. And that's you. And I love you for
Everybody has a YouTube these days. Everybody has social media. We got to do something to stand out. And what better time to do it than when we are literally long pouring at a bar?
When you say it like that.
And on that note,
you scared her. very, very much. So.
That was definitely.
She's a very sweet lady.
Not my intention to scare anybody. And I think we've just completed a podcast without hitting any of our topics we had planned. So we hope you all enjoy it. We have to go see a man about a drink at a bar.
And a sandwich.
Take care, everybody.
See you guys next time.